Hello, this is a review for the Orchard Corset double boned black satin underbust. Here is the front, the side, the back, and the other side. During this review, I'm going to be comparing my double boned corset to the single boned corset from the same website. Right now they both cost the same price, $89 at orchardcorset.com, and these are both 22-inch corsets. On the double bone corset, the front length is 10 1/4 inch long and the back is 10 1/2 inches long. The shape is a nice gentle hourglass. The material, the outer layer, is this black satin, and the inner layer is a 100% cotton, but I don't think it's twill. It's a different type of cotton. It doesn't have as dense of a weave as twill would have, and this is a 4-panel pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the other corset, I already did a review on this one, just so you know. I can put a link for it. This one has 5 panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one is single boned, this one is double boned, so that means there are 2 bones on each seam. This one just has single bones that are in internal casings here that you can see. And the double bone corset has sandwiched bones, so they are in between the layers. There are 16 total bones in this corset. There are 6 spirals on each side and 2 flat steel bones on each side of the grommets. And so that's 12 total spiral and 4 flats. In the single boned corset, there are 4 spiral steels on each side, so that's about half as many bones. Not half. Well, whatever. There's less bones in that corset than this one. And the busk is the same on each corset. It's almost an inch wide and it is very sturdy. I really like how sturdy these busks are. There's 4 pins in it, and this corset happens to have a little flap added, a little modesty placket that is unstiffened, and it is also in satin. And I forgot to mention, the satins here appear to be different quality. I really like the smoothness and the sheen to this satin here, and this one's very shiny. It's very wrinkly, and yeah, it just doesn't look as nice as this one. The binding on this double bone corset is the same satin as on the outside, and is machine stitched neatly on the outside and is folded over, but it's not as neat on the inside. It's a little sloppy, but no one will see it but you, so it doesn't really matter. But on the single boned corset, it is like a ribbon, and it's like a cheap quality. It's folded over at the edge here. It doesn't match the satin at all. It's like a different type of texture and a different black, so that's kind of odd. The waist tape was really hard to find in here. Eventually I could feel it, and I think it goes from about here, from here to here. You can kind of see it here, but it's not all the way to the front, but it is all the way to the back. So there is a waist tape. On the single bone corset, you can clearly see the waist tape, but it goes not all the way to the back and not all the way front. It's just in the middle here. There are 20 total grommets on the double boned corset, and there are 18 on the single boned one. That means there is one less X on the corset, and the grommets on all the Orchard corsets, corsets I have gotten, they all have like 1,000,000 splits on them. They're different than regular grommets. I think they have like a splayed backing, and then when they're all pushed down, like as they're set, it's just 1,000,000 splits, so they can catch easily on the laces. So far this one has not been catching, but I think it could. The laces are a black nylon, and it's somewhat stretchy, and the older laces, or on the single bone one, is about half the size, and I find it much harder to lace up this corset and to get a good cinch. Every time I'm pulling the laces tight, they just untighten, and that's really annoying. And also it does not give a very good shape. This corset is pretty much shapeless, so I would not recommend the single boned corset for anyone to buy. I think this one is much better. The modesty panel in here is black cotton on one side and matching black satin on the other side, and it's about 5.5 inches wide, and it is unstiffened. The comfiness of this corset versus this one is much better, but it does have spots along where my ribs are that are pressure points. So after I'm wearing this corset for like an hour or 2 hours, my ribs start to get uncomfortable. So that's not as nice, but it could be because this isn't a custom-made corset for my body, and it also doesn't have a lot of bones. Usually the more bones there are, the more comfortable the corset is, because it relieves pressure from one particular spot by distributing it. This corset is not very comfortable. You try to cinch down and it's not working to give you a shape, and it pinches my hips because I'm trying to tighten it more to get the shape, and it's not working. So I don't care about that corset anymore. Overall, I would say if you're going to purchase a corset from orchardcorset.com, I would go with the double boned underbust here and not the single boned one. I think they should just get rid of that one. It's not going to really help anyone get a nice shape. And this corset I got in a buy one get one free sale. So this one I originally had from Orchard Corset, so that was not the free one. I will do a review on the free one that I got with this in another video. So they have sales and discounts all the time at this website, so that's one thing I like about it. And they have a lot of other varieties of corsets you can check out, and I'll leave a link. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them below for me and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.